Okay, this is a Bougainvillea.
Yep.
Just figured out that it is a tropical plant. So it's not exactly for our zone. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a pot. And then we're going to use this piece, which is part of a wire fence that we had. And we're going to strap it to it and train it to go on this. And then as it gets longer, because as I'm reading and researching on this, it says it's an annual woody vine, and it can get to the height of 15 to 40 foot, depending on its care.
So we'll have to go out in the landscape after this year.
Eventually,
Yeah.
yes. Available space to plant, they say 3 to 6 feet or 6 to 12 feet. It's best hardiest in 9B, 10B, 10A, 11B, and 11A. We are 8B, so that's the other reason why we're putting it in a pot. We'll graduate it to a bigger pot as long as everything succeeds. You can propagate this plant. You can trim it and put it in water, and it'll grow roots and stuff. So.
Okay. You're on.
Alright, so we got our landscaping mix. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top. I'm only going to fill it to the rim, which is inside right here. I'm going to leave some area for it to expand. All right. I think I'm out of my regular growers mix. You can see it.
No, I think you are out.
We're going to use,
Plant tone.
it's still a plant tone. It's just more specialized. We do a lot of water changes on our aquariums. So it'll be getting its fertilization from that too.
You have this a little bit. I'm going to add it after you're done.
We do have some pretty good roots. I'm hoping, and I'm just kind of scrunching them up, kind of loosening them up a little bit. I'm going to put the taller towards the back. And the reason is so I can go ahead and feed these through the wire. Okay, so something else. I generally try, other than my roses, I try not to buy stuff that has thorns. We have animals that are nosy, that I'm sure they'll be sticking their nose in this plant at some point in time. And there's some really big, I mean, they're thorns. And I didn't even realize it when we purchased this at the flea market. Which, I mean, it's fine. They'll adapt. They don't bother the cactus. So.
Speaking of animals, you're going to have them around here.
Do what?
I said, speaking of animals, you're going to have them around
So he's fixing to let the dogs out. And our kitten, Jax, he's not particularly favorable with them, but I think he already went inside. So. Excuse me. Okay. So, take this. And I'm going to put it right here at the very back. And I'm just going in far enough that that bottom line is just in the dirt. So, and I realize he's gonna build something that will better fit this one. That'll be taller, but we want to make sure that this is gonna work, because we had some tropical bushes that y'all have seen in other videos, and we did overwinter those, and they did really well in the greenhouse. So, alright. So I'm going to bring this one up through here, and then I'm going to, we're going to do this one at a time. So here's this one. You got me some neon green. And I want this one through here. And you're not putting it tight. You're going to put it really loose. But it's tight enough that it holds this, the stem there. Try not to get any leaves in there, because you want to make sure that it's loose enough that it will grow and not have to worry about harming the plant. But I'll keep a close eye on it anyway. Okay, so we're going to take this one, and it's going to go up here. Bring the flower through. And none of these are tall enough to go up here, so I'm going to do this one. It's kind of a So just make sure that when you do the tie wraps, they're not so tight that it keeps it from growing, number one, and number two, that it damages the stem. You just want it to be in place. This one, like, will go right there underneath that leaf. Hi, Helga. I don't know if you can see, if you just saw my German Shepherd, she's a rescue.
Okay.
Those are all rescues. Support your humane society.
Then somebody come rescue Pete from the dogs. Eddie. Fluff butt.
Here comes cold.
One more.
Okay, don't forget about the thorns. Because they hurt.
They done got you?
A couple of times.
It's really pretty.
I do have new gloves. They just got wet. None of them are tall enough to go all the way up to the top. So we just kind of went across the line here. And then as these grow and get bigger, Terry will build a bigger trellis. And we may have to go to maybe a half barrel pot, but we have to keep it movable. As some of you know, we live in East Texas and we ended up with whatever you want to call it, Snowmageddon, Snowvid, whatever it was. We lost quite a few plants, but luckily we had many that survived. So we're still kind of going through those because it takes a little while for them to recover. I have a rose bush out there that's trying to recover. We have several plants, but anyway, here's a neat little project. These are very pretty, as you can see, but they are tropical, so they wouldn't be able to be out. I think it's below 20 degrees, or is it 40 degrees?
They were a little more hardy. You'd have to look back on your sheet there. But zone 9, yeah, it's probably like plus 10. Probably plus 10 or plus 20 Celsius. So you just gotta water it in.
Just gotta water it in.
I
She's ready to go.
I got you some water. Then we just gotta find a place. We're going to try to make a matching, we've got a matching pot. We're gonna try to match it up with something.
Oh, and I don't know if I said it or not, but these require 6 hours of direct sun in order for them to thrive.
That should be good. And there you go.